What is going on, everybody? John Impemba here with Britt, Flinn. It is the Fantasy Slam Game Day Live Show. It is NFL Week 7. Fantasy Football Week 7 is here, Britt. How are we doing today?
Yeah, it's not only is it the bipocalypse, but so many people are injured. I mean, I have the feeling that a lot of these start sit questions are going to feel really gross, but other than that, like I'm doing pretty good. I don't have to worry about the Cowboys winning or losing today, so that's at least something, you know?
Right. So, your team's on an actual bye. My team's been on a bye basically all season, it feels like. So yeah, we got a lot to talk about today. I know we're gonna have probably a lot of Donta Foreman questions, a handful of Darrell Henderson questions, probably a lot of situations going on with like the Arizona backfield, the Rams backfield, and how to approach maybe starting some of these guys here today. It is I know from previous streams and shows that we've done this week, Britt. It's hairy out there. Some people have some tough situations they found themselves in.
Yeah, 100%. And everybody who blew their fab on Zach Evans because of the Tuesday night waivers, and then the Rams went and signed Darrell Henderson.
Right.
My condolences to you.
Yeah, it could be another Amari DiMercado situation where everybody spent all their money on him last week, and then Damian Williams all of a sudden was the running back playing ahead of him, basically from the clouds. So hopefully you're not, though. Hopefully, you guys are able to put yourselves in some positions to win your weeks. Britt and I here are going to be there for the next hour to help you guys out. So get your questions in the chat. Go ahead now, and we'll make sure we'll answer those. You only need to enter the question once. Britt and I will go through the chat and answer everybody's question this morning. So don't feel the need to repeat your questions or get worried that we're going to skip over you. I promise you that will not be the case here today. Britt, when we're looking at some top stories, what's maybe like the main headline for you coming into today?
So I'm actually looking at the Eagles and Dolphins game later tonight because I guess this is a reverse storyline. It's one of the only high over-unders this week. All of the games in the early slate are expected to be very low scoring, very low octane. I think 3 of them are around 37 to 37 and a half. There are a couple more at 40 to 41. I mean, this is just going to be a very ugly early slate. So I'm looking at the Dolphins Eagles game to kind of right our fantasy ship at the end of the night, if you will.
Right. Yeah, we have some potential weather issues today. Windy is basically what we're looking at here. Up in New England, the forecast is tempered a little bit, but we're still looking at sustained winds around 10, 15 miles an hour, gusts 25 to 30. So, sometimes we talk about the wind being overblown, not to, play a pun there, but like that is kind of the weather impact sometimes is more in our mind than it is on the field. But Washington, New York is a game that has 25 to 35 mile an hour gusts today. Detroit, Baltimore game that has 25 to 30 mile an hour gusts today. And Miami, Philly later on tonight, gusts up to 25. So again, is it really going to play an impact? Who knows? We thought Minnesota, Chicago a few weeks back, they weren't going to be able to throw the football, and they were throwing the football all over the field. So at least take that into some consideration today. If you're maybe looking at like a wide receiver 3 decision, or if you're playing DFS, that there is a chance that some of this weather could lessen the point totals here. And as you said, there are some low totals on the board here today. So I would agree with you on that one. All right, we're getting enough questions in chat here. Let's see if we can work through, and then we'll continue to talk about some of the top stories, some of the inactive guys and injuries that we are watching. Tommy already saying it's Sunday morning. He's ready to go. We're ready to go for you too, Tommy. We'll get the better cast going for later on tonight. Mateo saying good morning, fantasy alarm. McFat saying hey. Rob, with our first question of the day. PPR sit one: Drake London, James Cook, Cortland Sutton, Romeo Doubs.
I think that I'm probably going to have to sit Cortland Sutton. I don't like it. I wanted to sit him last week, but the Packers are actually pretty good. He's probably going to be shadowed by Jair Alexander. I just don't see this game being a very big passing game for Russell Wilson. I can't. So I've got to sit Cortland Sutton.
Yeah, I like that. I like that call. Again, we've seen a lot of Drake London lately. They've been throwing the football a little bit more. I do think Doubs is a pretty interesting spot because you think Surtain's going to be the one covering Watson, so you might have the easier matchup there. And then in New England, I mean, James Cook, he gets the volume. Hopefully he can maybe find the end zone. But if they do opt to run the ball a little bit more than throw the football, then they'll be in a spot there to find some success. So I don't mind that, especially if Jair Alexander ends up playing today. Wants to know, here's our first Darrell Henderson question. Injury sucks, start 2. Well, you're definitely playing Bijan. So is it a Tyler Algier or Darrell Henderson play for you?
I have a league where I have both Bijan and Algier, and I'm starting both of them. I don't think that we know enough about that backfield situation, or even if that backfield's going to be okay. They came out right before the show started and said that Zach Evans is projected to serve in a backup role behind Henderson and Royce Freeman, but we still don't know anything about how that backfield's going to operate. We don't know what kind of shape Henderson is in after just being signed to a practice squad,
right.
And so I don't trust playing him. I know that it sucks playing 2 running backs from the same team. But I sympathize and empathize with you on that one.
Yeah. Our guy Fatty McFats from the Discord wants to know. Sutton, Palmer, Jameson Williams, Gabe Davis, half PPR, needs 3.
Yeah, Palmer, I think, has a pretty good matchup against Kansas City. That game's going to be another one of the only ones that we score points. Gabe Davis, and then I don't think that I can trust Williams with that wind and with as good as the Ravens pass defense.
Yeah, I'm probably going
Sutton in this situation. I'm doing Sutton.
Yeah, so go Sutton, Palmer, and Davis here for us. Troy saying good morning, Rex saying good morning, and Dunn saying good morning. A lot of people in chat saying good morning. Good morning to all of you as well. Next question here, Kevin Weaver, Gabe Davis or Chris Godwin and a half PPR?
I think we're going to go Godwin here. Gabe Davis is too boomer bust for me, at least.
Yeah, I agree. And again, if the weather is what it could be here, those downfield passes, the Gabe Davis become a little bit more inconsistent potentially as well. Ethan wants to know, half PPR, Henderson, Reynolds, Ingram, Bourne, McLaughlin, or Algier. So flex question appears.
Oh, man. I think I would still go with Algier, honestly. Okay. He's getting the carries out of all these guys and the snaps. So you got to go with the guy who's getting the snaps.
Yeah, Algier works for me. Double-digit carries back-to-back weeks. So it'd be him or probably Bourne, but I think we have Juju back today, so I don't know how the Patriots are going to handle that wide receiver group. It should be Bourne playing over Juju. Juju's terrible. Nathan wants to know, we are the key to his happiness. Well, that's nice, Nathan. Thank you. Half PPR, need 2, 1 wide receiver, 1 flex. Ayuk, Barkley, London, Palmer, Foreman.
So I'm definitely playing Ayuk with Deebo Samuel out. And I think I'm going to go ahead and go with Barkley. I know that it's a little iffy with Daniel Jones likely not starting in that offensive line. But as John mentioned earlier, all of those wins that are going to be occurring in New York, I think that it's going to be a ground game.
Yeah, I don't mind Barkley. You should be pretty heavily involved there. Good drafting, though. You have a lot of good players there, so I don't hate that one. Get in the game, Tommy. Let us know that the Better Cast is tonight, Eagles Dolphins. So you can go download the free Better Cast app right now. And I'm sure the pregame questions will be loaded at some point today if they're not already. And you can go answer those, get a head start on tonight's competition. Next question on the board, Metcalf or Zay Flowers?
Oh, this is a tough one.
Right?
I don't like waiting. I never like waiting.
Yeah, can't risk a 0.
Gotta
go Flowers here.
Yep. I agree. And that Detroit defense is tough, but yeah, can't risk a 0.
Yeah, Brian Branch back for Detroit's defense today as well. So we'll see who that takes out. Andrews, maybe a little bit more focus on Flowers. Russ or Baker for Ann, if you had to pick a quarterback today?
Oh, I'm starting Baker in a league. I'm not proud of myself, but yeah, I think I would go Baker here.
Yeah, I think I'd lean Baker in his spot as well. And then Ertz or Kincaid. I know a lot of people, and Coop has been talking a lot about this, not about Kincaid, but about the tight end adjustment in Arizona last week with Ertz playing fewer snaps. What are your thoughts here on this situation?
Yeah, I still think that you go with Ertz because with one, the weather, and B, Kincaid's usage. Yeah. I just still think that Ertz is the safer play. Kincaid might have more ceiling, but I like to go with the safe guy in Ertz.
I'm with you. I think Ertz is where I'm rolling as well. Foxborough News, 8-man PPR, Jones, Dillon, or Foreman in a flex.
See, this one's tough because Aaron Jones is expected to play, but we've
Yeah,
already been baited and switched by that expected to play and
right.
suiting up. I'm still going to go with him as my flex, but just be prepared.
Yeah, my worry, and I went over this with Bender earlier this week on the Fantasy Alarm Show, is that the last time Aaron Jones had missed time, he played limited snaps. He was on a snap count, and they didn't say anything about it until after the game. Like, oh yeah, Jones and Watson were both on snap counts against Detroit, and we're like, well, that would have been great to know ahead of time. Everybody thinking he's good to go because he practiced all week. So I worry that Jones could be on another like secret snap count, even though they're coming off their bye. I think I lean Foreman in this spot against the Raiders. 27th in DVOA against the run, and they don't have another real running back to handle the ball. Plus the rookie quarterback there, I think they run the ball a little bit more. So I'm going to go down to Foreman here for me personally today. There, Foxborough News. Our guy Kyle from the Discord. Musgrave or Jonnu. He said there's a follow-up here. It's a half PPR. Musgrave or Jonnu.
I think I'm going to go Musgrave here in this situation because especially with, like you mentioned earlier, Pat Surtain on Christian Watson, I think the pass game is going to go through Dubs and Musgrave. And in the past 2 games that Musgrave has played, he's got 15 combined targets where he played and wasn't knocked out. We're subtracting that concussion game. So, yeah, I think that he's going to get a lot of work today.
Musgrave is currently our highest projected roster tight end on DraftKings today. So people are riding the Musgrave train a lot. Tommy wants to know, is Tyson Bagent or Brian Hoyer?
Before I answer this, I'm just going to have to get out an intrusive thought and say we're riding the Musgravy train.
Musgravy train? There you
go. So, yeah, Tommy, this is terrible. We're going to go Brian Hoyer, I suppose.
Yeah.
But neither of those options. Just Godspeed be with you.
Yeah, I'm going to go Brian Hoyer as well. And good luck. Good luck. Sellers is saying good morning. Mateo, we answered that one earlier. And question number 2, 2 PPR. Wilson, who's active, Rashid, Deontay, who's active, and Pickens.
So I actually like Wilson and Rashid in this situation. The Dolphins and the Chiefs, again, high over-unders. Jeff Wilson is definitely going to have a role today since he's been activated. Rashid Rice, his red zone work was great. Mm-hmm. Now Justin Watson's out. His red zone works up to 37% of the targets in the red zone. I think that it's going to be a huge day for him.
Yeah, Rashid Rice playing 49% of the snaps last week. Also pretty encouraging. So you're going Wilson and Rashid here?
Yep.
Okay. Phantom wants to know, Cooper, Dubs, or Evans start one in a PPR?
I will fully own up to this. I said that I didn't want anything to do with Amari Cooper last week, but he made me look stupid. And I'm not going to make that mistake twice. So I'm going with Amari Cooper again.
Yeah, I like Amari Cooper a lot today. Listen, I'm fine if Deshaun Watson's a quarterback today. I think this matchup against the Colts is a pretty good one for opposing passing offenses. So I'm in on Amari as well. And I did the same thing. I benched Amari Cooper in a seasonal league. Thankfully, I still was able to pull it out at the end, thanks to, big day from CeeDee Lamb. But I was sitting on my bench. I'm like, really? Like, this is what he's doing against the 49ers with a backup quarterback? Just tearing them apart. Isaac wants to know, Rashid Rice or Jacoby Myers here today?
Yeah, I'm gonna go Rice. I think. I don't like it, but with the backup, you just don't know.
The highest game total on the board, better quarterback, could see increased workload with Watson out. I'm with you there. I like Rashid Rice in this one. Jacoby Myers has been awesome this year. I'm not going to take anything away from that. And Brian Hoyer, if anything else, probably throws Jacoby Myers, but I don't know how much scoring is going to be going on in that game between the Raiders and the Bears here today. And wants to know, Rashid or Palmer?
I'm going to go Rashid.
Yeah, still going to go Rashid. And then Jeff Wilson or Craig Reynolds. I think Wilson has to be played here.
Yeah, has to be. Reynolds has been dealing with a toe injury all week. And with what Dan Campbell said about Gibbs shouldering the workload, I think that this is the day for him.
Yeah. Troy saying he loves Algier, but Arthur Smith should be jailed for how he runs the offense. I would agree with you. Absolutely. Straight to jail. No get out of jail free card. This isn't Monopoly. No. We got a question here from Sellers. High-end DFS play at QB. Mahomes, Allen, or Lamar? Well, if you read the quarterback coach, Lamar's in my fade section. So no thanks there. And then I worry about the wind with Allen. So I'm going to go Mahomes here today.
Yep. I would say the same.
That's where I'm rocking. Tommy saying the better cast get pregame questions are live. So like I said before, you want to scan the QR code here on the screen, covering Britt's face. Apologize, Britt. You can download the app for free and answer your pregame questions now. Get in the game here, like Tommy said. Answer the pregame questions for tonight's game and get ahead of the field. Get those questions right. Earn your points. Get to the top of the standings and win points and tickets to redeem for some cool prizes. Completely free to download and play. So check it out. Bettercast. Watch, play, win. What a slogan. Love it. Next question here on the board. Where was I? Oh yeah, you're saying us. One of the pregame questions already in there. Devonta Smith over under 57.5 yards. Britt, what do you think?
Yeah, I think this is going to go over. There's going to be so much passing in this game. Not to make another bad pun. I guess this is the morning of puns. But it's going to be a very high flying offense.
Hey.
But yeah, I think last week was pretty bad with him. He had quite a few drops.
Yeah.
But this week, I think he rebounds.
I'm with you. Sellers wants to know which low-end QB for DFS, Stafford, Smith, or Love. So Stafford, I think, is where I would find myself going. Geno Smith is one of the highest projected rostered quarterbacks on today's slate. So if you want to go chalky, you can go Smith. Stafford's a little bit contrarian. I also like Sam Howell today. I guess the wind is something to pay attention to a little bit, but I would go Sam Howell there as well. I'm not really in on Love. I know he's had the bye week, and I know that Denver's really been the cure-all for all bad QB play, but I don't know. That offense has just looked so bad the last couple of weeks. It's hard for me to just believe that all of a sudden Love goes into Denver and plays well, but I guess I've been proven wrong before. Nathan wants to know, need two, Lockett, Palmer, Deontay, Addison, or London?
I think we're going to go Addison here and then Lockett, especially with the possibility of Metcalf being out.
Yeah, I like that call. Again, it would, Palmer certainly deserves some consideration the way he's been playing, but I think the other two likely have some higher upside than he does. So, Ra wants to know, Osborne, Palmer, London, sit one.
So I'm sitting Osborne. Yeah. Even though Tampa Bay's defense on paper looks pretty good, they've been getting shredded lately by wide receiver ones. And London's going to have a great day.
I'm in. Snyder, full PBR, Wilson, Hill, or Edwards?
Oh, Wilson. Detroit's run D is so good.
Yeah, I don't know what you're going to get out of that Baltimore situation anyways. So, Brees Hall or DJ Moore or Pacheco? Isn't the Jets?
Brees Hall. Jets are on a bye.
Jets are on a bye. So I'm going Pacheco here.
Yep, same. I don't know what we're getting with Tyson Bagent at all.
No, and Pacheco's been a monster. 6 catches last week, too. Like, they're just not even using McKinnon anymore. It's just straight Pacheco, which is great. Gross question, Elijah Moore or Kendrick Bourne in a PPR? I mean, if I knew what they were going to do at Bourne, I would say him. I mean, the targets have always been there. Week 1 and week 2, he was the best wide receiver in New England. Juju was out. Now he came back, and they haven't used Bourne. Juju was out last week, and Bourne was a monster again. I would hope that they would give enough for Bourne to kind of come through, but Elijah Moore is getting the target. So I think I have to go Elijah Moore here and hope that he catches a few more of them because he's only getting like 3 catches on 7 targets a week, basically. But love the 7 targets. So probably going to go Elijah Moore here.
Yeah, especially if Watson plays. But either way, Bourne was in my weekly matchup previews as the play for the Patriots. But again, if Juju comes back, it's the uncertainty for me. Yep. So, I'd lean Moore.
I agree. Andrea wants to know Mostert or Devonta Smith in PPR.
Oh, that's a toughie. I think I'm still going to ride the hot hand with Mostert.
Yeah, I'm going to go Mostert as well. I don't think Wilson all of a sudden becomes like the 50% snap share or anything like that. So, Kyle wants to know McLaughlin or Foreman.
Foreman.
Yep, Foreman. And then Atwell, Tony, or Elijah Moore in the PPR.
Atwell.
I still like Atwell. I'm not too. Again, last week I think everybody's got to realize that they just did not throw the football in the second half of that game. So the majority of stats that you see were just like first half numbers. So, if this game is a bit more competitive at all against the Steelers and the fact that they don't have a running game, they might have to lean a little bit more on that passing attack there. Graham wants to know 1 point PPR. Do I play an injured Metcalf or Ramondre Stevenson against Buffalo? Well, I mean, I think you got to play Ramondre because we don't know if Metcalf's going to be active. So, if Metcalf gets ruled out and you don't have anybody to play, you get a 0. So, got to play Ramondre here.
Yep, unless you have a backup plan to slide in, like right at kickoff for the late window,
and in case Metcalf gets ruled out, something like that.
That's the only way that I would start Metcalf.
I'm with you. Najee or Javonte PPR?
Ugh, this is so yucky. We're going Javonte here, I guess. Yeah. It's not great. We don't like that he's splitting snaps with McLaughlin still.
Still love the team in carries though, so I do like that.
Yep. And Najee just hasn't done anything.
Not a damn thing. Tyrod or Hoyer today?
I'm going to go Tyrod, I think.
Yeah, I like the mobility with Tyrod a little bit more. Some upside there.
Mm-hmm.
Sellers, low end running back. Hill, Foreman, Warren, Dillon, or Najee. It's Foreman for me. It's surprisingly enough, at least on the latest iteration of our draft percentage forecaster, more people are playing Jerome Ford today than they are Donta Foreman. So you're getting Foreman at some low rostership. So I do like Donta Foreman here today.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. And I think that the rostership, everybody was let down by him a little bit last week. It wasn't that he was bad. He had a decent yards per carry average.
He got tackled at the 1, and then Tyson Badger went for the quarterback sneak. So he got unlucky there.
Right. Yeah, I think today he has a much more favorable matchup in the run game. So I think he actually rebounds today.
Yep, I'm with you. Andrea wants to know, need 2, Gus Bus, Foreman, or Jordan Mason and a half PPR?
Ooh, I'm going to go with Foreman. And even though we don't know if Christian McCaffrey is going to play, but that he's expected to play, I think I'm still leaning Mason. I'm just so out on that Ravens backfield.
Yeah, nobody has run on Detroit this year. So, Mason, even in maybe a limited role, if not half the role, probably a little bit more upside there. Brian wants to know Ritter or Howell.
The wind worries me. Normally I would go Howell, but I'm very worried about that wind. So I've got to go Ritter.
Pre-game question number 2, DeAndre Swift over under 65.5.
Oh, this one's tough too. I'm going to go under. I think he has more in the receiving game than in the actual rushing game.
I think my early build actually had Swift in my captain spot for Showdown today. So I do like him. Teams can move the ball on Miami. Their defense they just play bad offenses, but their defense isn't very good. So I think I lean the over on that one. We'll flip a coin there. I'm also biased. As I said, I have them in my captain spot. So. Flex PPR league. Christian Watson, Jeff Wilson. I think I have to go Watson here though.
Yeah, he doesn't have a great matchup, but at least he's the number 1 guy versus a guy just coming off of IR.
Yeah, he could get like 10 targets this week in that game. So PPR need 1. Dubs, Palmer, Rashee Rice, Sam Laporta.
Oh, this is so tough. I think I'm going to go Dubs here.
Okay.
I really like Rice, but again, with Surtain over Watson, I think that the game is going to go through Dubs.
Yeah, especially so Dubs had like 20 targets the 2 previous weeks before their bye. Then he had like 3 against the Raiders, and everybody's like, why did you just not target Romeo Dubs? Like, why was that the game plan here? So I think he gets a little bit more love here today as well. So
another pun.
Oh yeah, look, unintentional. I guess it's easy when your quarterback's last name is Love. Andrew wants to know: need 1 Palmer, Addison, or Michael Wilson in half PPR?
I'm going Jordan Addison. I like him here.
Yep, I'm with you there. Smitty wants to know: Scary Terry, London, or Christian Watson? PPR, pick one.
Drake London today for me. I like the targets that McLaurin saw last week, but again, that wind, I'm just super, super nervous about it.
Yeah, again, he's in DFS. Terry McLaurin is only $5,400 today. That is like free money. But if that wind is impactful, then it's going to be a little bit tougher to go. Quincy wants to know: need 2 for the flex, Jameson, Zay, or Palmer?
Zay and Palmer for me.
Yeah, just I'm waiting for Jameson Williams to play a little bit more before I go out there and fully trust him here. Sellers wants to know Browns or Seahawks. I think we're building his DFS lineup for him today here, Britt. I'm gonna
You're
go
doing all the work for him.
I'm going Browns. They're my number one.
Yep, agreed.
Dan, sub Dan, Cousins or Love? Where are you going?
I'm gonna go Cousins.
Yeah.
I can't trust Love.
Yeah, better matchup for Love, but the consistent talent feels like on the Cousins side of things here. So,
Yep.
but they are against the 49ers. I mean, does that worry you at all?
I mean, not super bad, but I think that honestly that Green Bay is just gonna run the ball.
Yeah.
I mean, they're gonna pass, obviously, but that upside isn't, like you said, isn't there for Love today.
Yeah. I'm probably going to go Cousins here again, Dan. I don't know. I played you last week. I think you beat me. So no revenge analysis here. I'm just giving you what I think. Dustin Poole, Watson or Jeff Wilson?
Watson.
Yeah. Troy starting CMC everywhere. I mean, if he doesn't play, hopefully you have something. I don't know, but if he does play high upside, I picked up Jordan Mason in a couple leagues where I have Christian McCaffrey, so I have that sort of fill happen. If Metcalf gets ruled out, we playing Jackson Smith and Njigba today.
Probably. I think he had a typo in there. Yeah, I actually think that this could be the breakout game for JSN. He looked pretty good last week. His target share and snap share was way up from what it had been in previous weeks. And definitely if Metcalf is out, there's room to slide him in there.
Yeah, like I said on the DFS live show, Jake Bubbo is my dirty dart throw. If he gets ruled out, it's only like $3,100. But JSN is going to be super popular. Locking in Lockett, I mean, you can definitely continue. I mean, you can play either guy. My biggest issue with the Seattle passing attack this week is that I'm playing Kenneth Walker everywhere. So I don't really have exposure to their passing offense. Walker is like my favorite running back of the week. So tough for me to go there. Dustin wants to know Henderson or Wilson.
I think we're going to go Wilson. At least we know that, Yeah,
listen, he was activated last week. He got the full practice in. They got another full practice in this week. I'm with you there. I think Wilson's now set to be take over a little bit of a workload here in this spot. Ann wants to know need two: Najee, Donta, London, Samuel, Palmer.
I'm going with London and Samuel. I think. I don't know.
Yeah, it's again. I kind of like Donta Foreman here today.
That was my third option.
I gotta go London and Foreman. If I had to pick one, pick two rather. Olsen wants to know 2.5 PPR. Devonta, Puka, Lockett, or Evans. Pakua, Lockett, or Evans. But Nakua. Puka, Nakua.
Yeah.
Throw me up. Pakua. Combination of first and last name there.
I love it. I'm going to go Evans and Devonta Smith here, I think.
Okay. Yeah, I like
that. But those are all great options. So good job.
Yeah. I'm in. If Metcalf gets ruled out, do you play Lockett over any of those guys? Is it late window plays?
I think there might be an argument for playing Lockett over Smith, but I really think that they're just going to run the ball all day long.
Doma wants to know Gus Edwards or Darrell Henderson.
Oh man, this one's tough.
Yeah, I don't know how much Henderson's going to play. So
yeah,
I guess you got to go Gus Edwards here, but it's not great.
Yeah, exactly. We'll just hope that he gets like a 1-yard touchdown or something.
The real CP3 Packers or Tampa this week. Defense awards, kick and punt return yards.
Oh, gonna go Packers.
Yeah,
that air, that thin air up there in Denver.
Yeah, we'll go Packers as well. Pre-game question number 3, I think. Jalen Waddle over under 60.5 yards for the better cast tonight.
Oh, I'm gonna go over.
Yeah, I like the over.
Yep.
Give me a back and forth game there. Ramondre or Donta? I'm gonna go Donta Foreman.
Yeah, same. I can't. Literally every single person on that Patriots offensive line is questionable.
Yeah, it is not good. It's not good. Deshaun or Minshew in a superflex?
Oh, going Deshaun.
Yeah, not gonna go Minshew.
He's gonna have a bad day.
No thanks. Kyle wants to know pick 2: Bijan, Mostert, Walker. I mean, those are great running backs.
Yeah,
definitely playing Kenneth Walker. Where are you going with Bijan Robinson or Raheem Mostert today?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go Mostert because Tampa Bay's run defense has been pretty good, but Bijan also has the opportunity, if they utilize him like they did last week in the passing game and have him run all those routes, that he could do well in the passing game. But I like the usage out of Mostert better, I think.
Yeah, I'm going to go Mostert and Walker here as well, Kyle. And then Sanders or Myers for kicking today?
Sanders. Take that high over under.
Yep. And what are we doing with the CMC Mitchell Mason? You just wait, and then if CMC is out, I mean, Mason's played better than Mitchell, but it seems like from things I've read that Mitchell would end up being the starter. So you play Mitchell. Wait out the CMC news though, Kyle. Then get back to us tomorrow. We'll be in the Discord answering your questions for you. Matthew wants to know Evans or McLaughlin.
Oh, yeah, I think so. Especially with that news this morning.
Yeah, I gotta go McLaughlin here. At least he's got a even snap share.
Mm-hmm.
But Raymond Wilson off the IR. Got to drop McLaughlin or Mason. Currently have CMC starting. Well, you can't drop Mason then. That's a pretty easy one.
Yeah,
got to drop McLaughlin, and you wait on the CMC news there. Chris wants to know Flowers or Pittman. Half PPR.
Oh, Flowers today. Cleveland's D's just too tough.
Yeah, I'm with you. And then we got the Hoyer or Taylor question. Another
Taylor.
person figuring out Hoyer or Taylor today.
Look, I'm telling you, buys and injuries have completely destroyed the quarterback position.
Yeah. I have a friend that he's done
Fields.
playing seasonal fantasy football after this year because his team has just been so ruined and torn through by injuries that he just he's starting nothing. He is starting like absolutely nothing this week. He's like, what's the point? What's the point of this? I was like, well, he's like, even guys you're picking up off the waiver wire aren't even playing anymore. And I'm like, yeah, it is tough out there. That is for sure. There was almost no draft strategy this season that you were safe from. So
no, none at all.
We're gonna go Taylor here, though.
Yeah, for sure.
Tommy saying, if you can't trust Love, what can you trust? Another quarterback. Ben Santana wants to know Wilson or Henderson.
I think we're still rolling it on Wilson.
Yeah.
Like I said, he at least got the practices in. We don't know what kind of shape Henderson is in or what his role is going to be.
Yep. Matthew's saying he had to drop Evans and pick up McLaughlin. Yeah, that's still the move for me. Latavius Murray or Zach Moss today?
I like Latavius Murray a lot. I think that the Bills get up a lot in this game and end up just running it out.
I would agree with you. I think that's where I'm going. Then Pitts or Kmet?
Let's go Kyle Pitts, man. Yeah. After that song, he got resurrected a little bit. So let's keep riding the hot hand.
I put him in the contrarian video this week as well. No one's playing him. I'll take my chances on him having a breakout.
Yep.
Is this a YouTube show only? Why even stream to Twitch? No, it's the real CB3. We answered your questions, my friend, man. You just gotta be patient. We're working our way down the list. I know you may not see our full chat list, I promise you, but we got them all coming in order. So we'll definitely answer your question. Sellers wants to know Pitts, Musgrave, or Mayer.
We're riding that Musgravy train, baby.
Yeah, Musgravy train. I agree with you there. See, there he goes. He said, you do respond. We do respond. I promise you, we're just working our way down the list. We got them all compiled into one little stream for us when it comes to these questions here. But yes, the majority of our audience tends to come in through the YouTube variety here. Cruz wants to know Murray or Hill.
I'm going Murray here. I can't trust anybody in that backfield unless absolutely necessary in Baltimore.
Yep. Pick 2, Ramondre, Rashad, or Foreman here today. Rashad White, that would be.
I'm gonna go Foreman, and then I think I'm gonna go Ramondre, but I don't like it.
Rashad against, the one thing I like about Rashad White is he gets all the work. So I might go Rashad White. Again, I don't have any faith with Ramondre Stevenson here. So you mentioned the offensive line's all ruined. I think I'm going to go Rashad White and Foreman for me. Olsen, London, or Myers?
I'm going London for sure.
Yep. Better boss in the chat. What's up, Matt? Jonnu or Jameson, half point PPR?
I think I'm going to go Jonnu here.
Yeah.
We at least know what his role is.
They are throwing at both tight ends pretty frequently. So
yeah.
Keely is saying it's windy at MetLife. Yeah, it's windy in the Northeast. So that's kind of the decision we have to figure out here. Like, we've seen games where they're like 20 to 25 mile an hour winds. And then like it really, once game time hits, it's not really impacting throwing the football, and these guys throw anyway. So, we got to figure out how impactful the winds really will be today. Olson wants to know Moss or Flowers and a half PPR flex.
I'm going to go Flowers. That
Yeah.
Cleveland Steve's just too tough.
And again, they said today that Taylor should play more snaps. So we'll see what happens there. Jacoby Myers or Christian Watson in the PPR league.
Oh, this one's tough. I'm going to go Watson, but I think there are arguments to be made for both.
Yeah.
If you want the safe points, I would go with Myers.
I think Jacoby's got a higher floor. I would agree with you.
Yeah. If you need the upside, I would go Watson.
Yep. Rob here, Najee or Royce?
Oh, you got to go Najee.
You got to play Najee.
You have to.
He's still getting the snaps and the carries, guys. Listen, I know it's gross, the lack of production, but he's playing 70% of the offensive snaps. So until Jalen Warren overtakes Najee Harris in the backfield snap rotation, then you have to just continue to play him here. Rex wants to know Cooper and Gibbs or Adams and Bourne today. I'm going Cooper and Gibbs.
Yeah, same. Gibbs is finally going to have that breakout game. Everybody's lit their candles and prayed for him. I think he's going to have a great day.
I mean, listen, he had 17 carries a couple of weeks ago when David Montgomery was out. So we know they're not afraid to give him the volume. Let's see if he can do a little bit more with it here today. Matthew wants to know thoughts on Palmer. Being a Buffalo fan, my gut says to play Gabe Davis over him. I would not do that. I'm playing Josh Palmer over Gabe Davis today.
Yep, I think that's where I'm leaning as well. Although it is hard to separate your fandom. And Gabe Davis has been sneakily, quietly decent. But again, the Northeast is very windy. Buffalo's very favored.
And Palmer's been really good since filling in for Mike Williams. So going to go there. Also wants to know flex Watson, London, Pickens, Flowers, and a half PPR.
Oh, I think I'm going to go London here. I really like that matchup that he's got today.
London's where I'm going as well. Taylor or Ramondre today in a full PPR. This is tough.
This one's super tough. Gonna go Taylor.
Yeah, I'm still gonna go Taylor.
I hope that his floor is safe.
Yeah, I mean, in the passing down work, I think he'll get some catches. His big play last week, I think, was in the receiving game. So, and then Zeller's finishing off here. Robinson or Pacheco.
Oh,
Pacheco again, one of my favorite running backs this week, personally.
Yeah,
but that wind in New York is real. I mean, the Giants suck against the run too. So,
what are your thoughts? I think I'm gonna roll with Pacheco just because of the over/under situation. But they're all gonna have good days.
I agree with you. And then Adrian saying Jags go. I mean, they pulled it out. They almost didn't. If what's his face there could have caught that touchdown pass at the end of the game, would have been a whole different story. And I needed it, but I picked up Carr and started him over Trevor Lawrence, and for a while that was looking like the right play. And then the 60-yard touchdown to Kirk happened, and Lawrence ended up finishing like a 1.5 higher than Derek Carr this week, and I was like, so close. So hopefully it doesn't come down to that one here. We got so Mecole Hardman, according to Adam Schefter, is expected to be active and will play today. So
interesting.
What are your thoughts on Mecole Hardman today?
That trade was so weird that he just basically flip-flopped. He's like,
nope,
I want to go back home.
Who's he playing over?
That's what I'm wondering. And so that makes me question all of my Rice calls. Yeah, maybe, but I don't know. I imagine, but Rice still has to be in there, right? Because he's already being incorporated so much. You don't think that they'll take him out?
Yeah. No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
Vader says her question's I've only seen your question right now. I have not seen another question entered here. So apologies if you think we're skipping you, because we're not. I do not see any other question from you in the chat here. What was your question?
Yeah, we can take care of it.
Yeah, put your question in the chat. Let us know. We'll answer you for you. I was saying one. Ann was here. Fading any kickers today. I need every point I can get. Well, what are your ones that you're looking at, Ann? Let us know. Give us a list of some kickers you're looking to play. Obviously, again, the Northeast is an interesting spot for kickers today.
Yep, that New York Washington game, Buffalo Patriots, Detroit Baltimore, and Miami Philly maybe. The Miami Philly one doesn't worry me as much as the other three.
Yeah, I'm with you there. Where are we going here? Bills or Ravens defense?
Oh, Bills. Unfortunately, I apologize, John.
It's fine. It's fine. Ben wants to know McLaughlin, Ahmed, Hunt, Madison, Algier, blah, blah, blah. You just start 2 and drop 1 to bring off IR, I guess, for Wilson. So how are you handling
I think that you can drop Ahmed now that Wilson's back. I
Yep,
think
I
that's
agree.
your guy that you drop. Starting, I think that I'm going to go with Wilson and Algier.
Okay. I kind of still like Madison, even though it's the 49ers, because he's still catching the football. Is this a PPR, Ben?
True.
Let us know. Let us know if it's PPR league. And I'd probably go Madison and Algier person for me if I'm going in that direction. Let's see here. Olson wants to know Freeman, Elliott, or Murray today.
Oh, I'm going Freeman. There's
Yeah,
nobody else in that backfield.
I agree. Rex wants to know, glad we mentioned Hardman. I can cut back my Rice and DFS shares to be safe. No, I'm still going Rice today. I don't think Hardman's going to play over Rice. So I'm gonna still trust Rice here. Again, he's going to be active in playing, but what does that even mean? Like if he plays the Justin Watson snap share, it's like 15 snaps. So
Yep.
not enough to cut back for me. Rob wants to know Palmer or Ford.
Oh, I'm kind of leaning Ford, honestly, because the Indianapolis run defense losing Grover Stewart was a humongous blow to their run D. And I think that with it potentially, Deshaun Watson being 50-50 with his shoulder, that they run the ball quite a bit.
I've always been a little bit down on Ford. I don't think he's all that great, but he does have some big playability. So, the 22-yard run last week, he had the 70-yard run against Pittsburgh, and he's in the passing game. So that's fine. I would go with Ford probably as well. Another pregame question for the Bettercast tonight. AJ Brown over under 80 yards.
I'm going to go over. He's just a stud.
Yeah, I'm going to go over. It's ever since he complained, they just started him nonstop.
Yeah.
Waller or Thomas here. Logan Thomas only 1 target last week. But Darren Waller, same wind that we're dealing with here. So do you got a favorite?
I think I'm still going to go with Thomas. At least, they have their starting quarterback in that situation. Whereas Waller's playing with the backup. I will say that Taylor did spread the ball around quite a bit. He just wasn't accurate with it. So yeah, I'm still going to go Thomas, but it's close.
Ben saying it is a PPR, so I'm gonna go Madison for me. Madison and do we say Madison and Algier? I think is where I went on that one.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yep.
Matthew is saying Santos Bears points gonna be field goals, so kickers I guess is where we're talking about for Ann. Yeah, could go Santos. That's fine. Then Rex is saying he replaced Rice with Pacheco. Then yeah, definitely play Pacheco. I would play. I thought you were saying you were cutting back on Rice. Like for somebody else, but Pacheco is certainly a great spot today. And then also in London, Nakua or Brown, Marquise Brown today.
I think I'm still going to go with Drake London. I really liked the targets that Brown got last week, but oh my gosh, they were so inconsistent and just inaccurate. And then Nakua, is he going to have a role? Is he not? I personally think that it's going to go through Cooper Kupp because he's facing Chandon Sullivan, who is a horrendous slot corner. So I don't think that Nakua sees a ton of work.
Sure. I'm with you. I think it's kind of a little bit of a tough spot for him there. So, guys, if you have any more questions, feel free to throw them in the chat. Britt and I will be here for about 10 minutes or so. Talking about some of the headlines here again, some of the inactives, the quarterback situation has certainly been troublesome for some. No Garoppolo, no Fields, obviously out today. Kyler Murray got his window activated, not going to play today, but Are you expecting Murray to start at some point for the Cardinals here?
I think that he has to, even if they are tanking for Caleb, which, side note, after last night, I don't know if that's a thing anymore.
Back-to-back tough performances for
Yeah.
Caleb Williams.
And then the demands for ownership. But
Yeah.
anyway, I think that they almost have to, either to show him off and say, hey, this is what we've got. Come get him. Like, you guys need a quarterback. Let's make a trade, just to kind of show that he still has it and get out from under that huge contract that he has. Or to just kind of make a play for some more things in the draft if they're not tanking for Williams.
Yeah.
So
I'm with you. I think I thought they would showcase him before the trade deadline, like you're saying, to see if there was a trade to be made. It will be interesting to see how that all kind of plays out. But yeah, fall from grace from Caleb Williams here for like the first 6 weeks of the college football season. He was the guy, and now he might be. As soon as he faces 2 ranked teams, he is looking pedestrian at best. Could be tanking his draft stock here. If that was the case. Jacob wants to know which Rams running back today.
So if you have to start one, I would lean Henderson, just because he already knows the system. That's literally where he's been his entire NFL career. But I don't feel great about anybody in that backfield.
Dan wants to know in the PPR flex, Myers, Cook, or Royce Freeman.
I'm going to go Myers here. I think he's going to be targeted. How accurately, we don't know. But at least he'll see the targets and snaps.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I talk about it all the time with the Josh McDaniels offense. They got Brian Hoyer, they got Jacoby Myers. Like, these guys just know how to play in that system. So it would not shock me if Myers just comes out there and leads the team in targets today, because that's just sort of the design. Run Josh Jacobs and throw to Jacoby Myers, and maybe even Michael Mayer today, who saw a big increase in snap count last week as well. Let's just see. Dobbs or Mayfield today for Fatty?
Oh, I'm starting Baker. I think we have to go with him. We just know more about him, and he has more weapons.
Yep. Sellers, Palmer, Rice, Samuel, or JSN? Didn't we answer this one already? Keep doubling up his questions.
I don't think so. Okay. I think we had a similar one from somebody else, but this one's different. I'm gonna go with Palmer here, I think. I don't know.
I mean, it's probably Palmer. I think safer. I think Rice has a higher ceiling.
Mm-hmm.
So whatever you think there, but we're gonna go with that Chargers Chiefs matchup there. Jason wants to know Godwin or Donta Foreman and a half PPR.
Chris Godwin. I think at least the targets, that's kind of what bumps him up a little bit.
Sure. And bringing us the question, kickers. He's starting Bass and Sanders. Yeah, I don't mind it. I know the wind up in New England is obviously a little worrisome with Bass, but I mean, I don't know what other options you have. If you could pick a kicker that's in a higher game total in a safer environment, maybe a dome kicker, you could go in that direction. But I think, Bass has a big leg. You can kick through almost anything. So either one's there. Adrian said pick 2 in a full PPR, but didn't finish the question. Adrian, let us know. Who's the 2? Who are the 2 we're picking from? Phantom PPR start Moore, Dubs, or Davis?
I think I'm leaning Dubs here. I just think he gets the most work.
I like it. I like the spot against Denver. Nakua or Waddle? I'm
going Waddle. Let's ride that high over under.
I like it. FZ Ware, Freeman, Charbonnet, Reynolds, or Gainwell? The state of the running back position.
It's so gross out there, guys. Stay safe on those streets. Yeah. I'm going to go Freeman here. At least he's going to get the bulk of the work.
We have he's sending me tweet at me, let me know what DFS lineup we just built, and then Vader's put in the kicker question. This is the first time I've seen your kicker question. So Myers, Patterson, McLaughlin, Gano, Hopkins, or Carlson. So pick a kicker of the 7.
Let's
trying to see which one has the best environment here.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
I think it's gonna be windy and rainy in Seattle or something like that, or some rain in Seattle. So I don't know if Myers is the spot.
Mm-hmm.
Patterson is the Detroit kicker, right? So they're in Baltimore, so that's probably not great. McLaughlin is in Indy. I might go McLaughlin in Indy. Get the dome.
That's what I'm leaning to.
Yeah, go McLaughlin, Vaders. Yeah, listen, only time I've seen this question. Britt can confirm. We're not lying to you. This is the first time we've seen the question. It's the 5th time she's posted. Nope.
That's so weird.
First time it's coming through for us, but I think we're going to go McLaughlin here for you today. And then Apes wants to know Taylor, Moss, or Freeman, Henderson, Murray, McKinnon.
Oh, this is tough too. I think I'm going to go with JT and Latavius Murray. Again, we just don't know what kind of work any of those other backs are going to get.
Yeah, I agree. Gonna go JT and Murray. It's McKinnon. Like I said, they're not even throwing at him anymore. So
no, it's so disappointing because I thought, especially after the year that he had last season, that it was going to continue.
He was the league winner to finish the year as a running in fantasy football, and they're literally not even utilizing him. Joey wants to know Henderson or Mason.
Oh, I think you got to go Mason.
Yeah,
you got to go Mason
here as well. And then Myers or Addison.
I'm gonna go Addison.
Yeah, Addison
even against San Fran. Yeah,
I think that one's a good spot. Should I drop Addison or Collins to Amari Cooper? Oof, what kind of league are we playing in here? I mean, I definitely want to add Amari Cooper, but who's the drop? Nico Collins or Jordan Addison, Brett? I'm going to put you on the spot because I'm in the host chair. So
I mean, yeah, I don't think that you can drop Collins. Yeah. I think if there were a drop to be made, that it would be Addison out of these two options. But man, if there's somebody else that you can afford to drop, let's look into that.
Yeah,
you could have a tank.
Yeah, do you have like a backup tight end on your roster? Like, let us another. Do you have a quarterback, but your quarterback's already had a bye? Like, let us know. Because those are some pretty tough decisions there. Hollywood Brown, Jacoby Myers on a full PPR today.
This one I'm going to go with Brown, I think.
Yeah, I like Hollywood today. Even with Dobbs as quarterback, he's been finding ways to throw him the football. So
11 targets or something last week.
Yeah. Yep. Troy saying good work. Have a great Sunday. Listen, Troy, if you want to come back, I'll be here again to 11 to 12 with Coop. So if you have any other questions, make sure you like and subscribe to our YouTube channel because we do 2 shows on Sunday and we do about 15 shows during the week. So you're almost never going to be without fantasy football here at the Fantasy Alarm YouTube channel. So if you hit the like and subscribe button, you get the notification. We'll be back live again at 11 o'clock, myself and Andrew Cooper, giving you all the latest news up to inactives and getting you guys ready. So don't leave the channel. Hang with us after this one. Let's go to SiriusXM, listen to Coop and Bender. Get that going. Joey says he loves that we show the questions on the screen. I love that I show the questions on the screen too, because I want you guys to pop in and see that we're active, that we're here for you, that we're answering your questions. Sometimes you might go to a stream and you don't know if the hosts are replying to what's going on. This way, I show you guys that we are answering your questions on a Sunday. Ben wants to know Seahawks, Commanders, Bucks.
I'm going to lean Seahawks today, I think, in this situation.
Seattle against Arizona. Commanders have the Giants. Bucks get the Falcons today. So then Patterson, Moody, or Sanders for a kicker.
I
think I go Moody.
Yeah.
Right? If CMC doesn't play today in that game, or not that Minnesota's defense is great, but I like the indoor potential for Moody to kick in Minnesota. So I'm gonna roll there. A couple questions left here, Britt. Wilson, Freeman, or Reynolds for the RB2 today?
Oh, Wilson. I think it's got to be Wilson.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Wilson.
I'm worried about Reynolds' toe.
Yeah, I just don't know what Freeman's gonna play. Like if you have Freeman, great, and hopefully if he plays good, then next week at least all right, Freeman's is a guy I can plug in. But for this week, I gotta watch and see. Juan wants to know Stevenson or Taylor today. I'm going Taylor.
Yep, same. Can't trust Stevenson.
Addison or Michael Wilson?
I mean, I'm going to go Addison here still. He's the wide receiver 1.
So much inconsistency with the way Wilson has played. So at least I know Addison will be on the field and get targets. I mean, 2 weeks ago, Wilson didn't do anything. So Deontay or Rashad in a PPR?
I'm going Deontay. The target monster's back, baby.
Yeah, Kenny Pickett kind of sucks, but I agree with you. Deontay Johnson's where I'm going. And I'm playing him in a couple leagues. I drafted him. Got to roll with it. I thought Pickett would be better this year. I don't know if it's Matt Canada or if it's just that Kenny Pickett can't play the position. It's one of the two. Which three? Gibson, McLaughlin, Javonte, Latavius.
Maybe both can be true.
Bench one of the four.
I think I'm benching. I'm going to bench Gibson. No, actually, no. That's sorry, McLaughlin and Javonte. I'm going to bench McLaughlin.
Yeah, bench McLaughlin here. Bills or Ravens, D.
Ooh, I'm going to go Bills.
Yeah, sad. I'm a Patriots fan. Big sad. Cook, Robinson, Javonte, or Wilson need to.
I'm going to go Brian Robinson and James Cook here.
Yep. Brian Reed wants to know Jonathan Taylor, Devonta Smith, and a half PPR flex.
Devonta Smith all the way.
Yep. Olsen wants to know Ramondre White, Wilson, or Moss.
Oh,
I lead White.
Wilson. You're going White again?
Yeah, he just gets the full snap share.
True. Yeah.
And he catches the football. So
okay, you sold me. We'll go White.
White for me. McLaurin or Ford? I want to go McLaurin, but obviously the weather is I guess a bit concerning. So I guess Ford's the safer play today, Rex.
Yep. I'm very high on Ford this week.
Half PPR, Dylan, Freeman, Elijah, Henderson, or Murray?
Oh, I want to go Murray here, but Dylan is very tempting to me.
Yeah, I'm going to go Latavius Murray. Well, you had the big call out, obviously, before the Aaron Jones thing there. So on Dylan having like 2 touchdowns this week. But obviously, Jones coming back changes that a little bit there. Yeah. Curtis Samuel, JSN, or Wan'Dale Robinson, I imagine is who this is. Pick one.
I think that I'm going to go with Samuel.
Yeah.
I know the wind is a concern, but he gets those short routes, which is going to be perfect.
And they run the ball with him a little bit. So
yes.
All right, last question of the day. Smith or Addison?
Devontae Smith, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with Devontae.
Yeah, Devonta Smith. Guys, again, we will be back at 11 a.m. Eastern time today. 11 to 12, myself and Andrew Cooper will take you up through Inactive. So hit the like button like Ann said. Appreciate you, Ann. Hit the like, subscribe, get the notification when we go live again. Head on over to SiriusXM Fantasy. Listen out to Coop and Bender right now from 10 to 11, and then come right back here from 11 to 12. Find us in the Fantasy Alarm Discord. We have a great deal going on right now. $100 off our annual subscription package. Comes out to less than $16 a month. Sorry, Britt, for covering your face. Less than $16 a month. Actually, you know what? I'll fix that right now. Hide the chat overlay. There we go. Less than $16 a month. FantasyAlarm.com/lock. Promo code LOCK. Scan the QR code on the screen. Take advantage of our annual subscription package. Get Fantasy Alarm for a year. Takes you all the way through week 7 of next year. That means you get our fantasy football draft guide for free. Fantasy baseball draft guide for free. Access to all of our premium content for all sports. You name it, we cover it, and we have you guys ready to go for the fantasy football needs. That's it for us for NFL Week 7 breakdown. We'll begin. I'll be back live at 11 o'clock. Till then, everybody, good luck, and we'll see you later.